Today's practice is going to be a 30-minute yin practice, really to listen in, slow down, and allow yourself to let go. So we're going to start right away just by coming onto your mat in a seated meditation. Eyes will droop closed, hands will fall in your lap. Just take a few moments, a few breaths to reflect inward. Right as you begin to notice your breath, inhales lengthen, exhales lengthen. Be intentional. As you pull your breath in, feel your chest expand, your rib cage open up, fill up all the way down into the pit of your belly. Nice slow, steady exhale. Keep pushing away every last bit of air. And you flood your body once again with that inhale. Our breath is so pure. It's something we can anchor ourselves to. But first, you have to allow yourself to follow. Let your breath be the lead, the guide. Bring a little physical sensation into your body by wiggling your toes, your fingers, and rock your head from side to side. Use an inhale to reach your fingertips up overhead, beginning to lengthen your spine. Exhale, hands come on to your knees as you round your back for this seated cat pose. Inhale, lift your chin. Chest points out, exhale, tucking round. So just try a few of these. Really lengthen out your breath. Notice how you feel now that you've invited in this physical sensation. Last time, breathe in. Exhale, pull your belly button towards your spine. As you inhale, come to neutral spine, onto hands and knees. And then you're going to start to curl your toes under so you can walk your hands back. Come into this yogi squat. Now you may keep your hands down on the mat or you may bring them to heart center. Whatever's going to work for you. Now you just want your hips as low as you can, allowing this opening to happen in the hips. The little hip pinch in your hip creases, that's the compression. And settle in. No, you might not be on your heels, and that's okay. If it's feeling too much already, you can take a block or a blanket and slide it underneath. But notice on the low setting how I dump my weight back. You want your block or your prop to come up to meet you. So wherever you decide to settle in, I want you to come back to your breath. Remember that anchor, your guide, and see if you can blink your eyes closed once again. And don't worry, we're not going to be here quite as long as some of the other shapes. You may sway or move from side to side. The shape helps to get your pelvis in that nice neutral position. Nice and open. You may feel your pelvic floor, a little tug. So that's where we really can listen. You may feel sensation kind of skyrocketing, spiking. Continue to make sure that you're lengthening out each and every breath. Oftentimes it can become your focus. Kind of sands off those rough edges as you soften just a little bit more. want you to take 3 of the deepest breaths yet. Last breath in. As you exhale, if your hands aren't already on the floor, place them there, and then tuck your chin all the way to your chest. What we're going to do is this slow straightening of our legs, but now we have the support of the ground. Just slowly start to lift your hips as you straighten your legs. You may use some of that weight into your hands. We're not going to straighten our legs all the way. We're going to have a nice generous bend. You can keep your hands on your mat, or you can bring a hand to opposite arm and sway from side to side. If it feels better for you to stay still, go ahead and do that. Again, this one we're not going to make there quite as long. It's just this counter to our yogi squat. We call this dangling. Feel the crown of your head trying to reach down towards your mat. And you feel this kind of release of pressure from your hips and your low back. All those effects of gravity start to let go. Keep coming back to your breath. No matter how many times you have to begin again. Now, this idea of yin or holding shapes for a little bit longer can be challenging. It is challenging for most of us. It's just that idea that we can start over and over again, no matter how many times. If you release your arms, go ahead and release them down towards your mat. One more breath in. As you exhale, walk your hands out so you come onto your hands and your knees. Nice and slow. All of our transitions are going to be super slow. Gives us, the body, the chance to kind of react and rebound without jerking it. Let's do a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale, tuck. We have a little bit more range of motion off our seat and on our hands and knees. I want you to go at your pace. What does that look like for you today? Maybe you need a little shift, a little circle. This free flow movement is all up to you. You're releasing your shapes before we move on. As you're ready, neutral spot. And then take your right knee and slide it up to your right wrist. And if you can, slide your toes across towards your wrist, or just pick them up and kind of guide them there. Setting up for a pigeon pose on the right side. Gently inch your left leg back. And you're going to notice right away your hips start to talk to you. You're going to feel it all on your right side. And then the front part of your left hip, your hip flexor. But notice your back knee. Are you starting to feel any pain there? If you are, just bend your leg out to the side a little. You're going to get that same stretch as you fold in. Wherever you're at, you're going to just start to gently lower. You may stay on your palms. Can lower down to your forearms, or maybe all the way down to your chest. What's going to work for you? Now we're going to be here for a little while. Not quite as long as a full yin practice, but a solid 2 minutes or so. Our process is to feel the sensation in our shape. What are you feeling? Where are you feeling it? What's starting to come up? As you feel that, dive back into your deep meditative breath in and out. Let it soften. Remember, you're allowing your breath to leave, not the other way around. And you'll notice once again. And then breathe. It's a circular process that continues to happen and happen again. Gentle lift back up to your palms. You want to go slow. Think of your body stretching out like this rubber band. You don't want to snap it back. As you push up to your palms, just shift onto your right glute. You're going to allow your back leg, that left leg, to swing out in front of you. We're going to actually attach our second shape. So with the left leg long, the right sole of your foot slides in towards your thigh. Use a little time to get set up on your hips. No, we don't have to rush. As you inhale, reach your fingertips up overhead. Exhale, fold. As you fold over your straight leg, the tendency is going to be to pull yourself in. We don't want to do that. Allow your hands to just drape down by your sides. And you're using the weight of your upper body to gently fold you in. Now, we don't have to crank it down right away. We take a few deep breaths. And notice on your exhale if you can sag and fold just a little bit more. We don't want to be using the strength of our muscles to get us there. It's this connective tissue connecting everything together. As you settle in, feel your hamstring up into your low back. And just notice the sensation. You want it to feel uncomfortable. Know you can soften around those rough edges, little by little. Use your hands. Gently sit back up. As your head starts to lift, you can straighten out your bent leg. And just bend both of the knees up towards the ceiling. Hands come back behind you. Gentle roll of your shoulders back, just opening up from the forward fold. Okay, you're gonna feel sensation in the in-between. It's okay, just listen. We don't always have to react in between. You'll notice the sensation gently subsiding, kind of moving throughout your system. That's when we can start to move. Bending your legs one at a time, windshield wiping your knees side to side. Take as long here as you'd like. But as you're ready, we're going to come back onto hands and knees. Hands come out in front of you. And we're going to come all the way down onto our belly, our chest. As you lower down, draw your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Create this number 11 with your hands. Call this Sphinx pose. It's a nice little stretch into your back, but it creates this compression. So when you release, you kind of feel this flood of new oxygenated blood. You may have a little bit of tension in the upper body, but try to release that. And we kind of almost automatically kind of squeeze our glutes and butt cheeks together. But see if you can let those go. Go. Glutes, thighs roll open. As you blink your eyes closed, you can keep your head lifted or a gentle tuck. It doesn't matter. Whatever is okay in your neck. Little to no tension in your body. Right back to your breath. Remember, we're listening. Allowing what comes to come. Not attaching. From here, with a big breath in, make sure the lower body's disengaged. Exhale, gently lower your chest back down towards your mat. You can bring one of your ears down towards your mat, or place your forehead on your hands. You want every ounce of your body just to melt down in towards your mat. No need to react, just feel, notice. And you'll start to wiggle your hips from side to side. Sending this vibration up through your spine, releasing your low back. And bend your heels up towards the ceiling, giving a little circle one way, then the other. Again, take it as long here as you'd like. As you're ready, you'll place your hands underneath your shoulders, push back up to hands and knees. And we're going to take these two stretches to the other side. Left knee comes towards your left wrist. Toes swing or guide them across. And just take this gentle lower as your hips come closer and closer down towards your mat. On this side, notice your knee. If you need to bend it out to the side, go ahead and do so. No, if you're a little tighter, you're going to stay higher up. That's okay. If you like, you can lower down and even farther down. Just decide where you want to go. And if you feel like this side is really popping up, you can always slide a block or a blanket just to give yourself a little bit more support. Support is the name of the game as long as we can deepen into our shape. Coming back to our breath, just little by little. Just gentle push back up to your palms. Know that all these shapes can be held longer if you'd like. This is just a 30-minute practice. Come on to your left glute. Right leg is gonna swing out in front of you. You're gonna feel that blood rushing back into your left side. Should feel good. Adjust your hips and then fold forward whenever you're ready. It's all about taking the time. Where in your body needs a little bit more love? Where in your body needs that time to soften? As much as we focus on the tight parts of our body, the things that we want to change, it's also important to focus on the things that are open, the things that we're grateful for. Allow that yin and yang side of your practice to mash and come always back to your breath. One final time, using your hands to rise on up. Straighten both your legs long out in front of you. Roll your shoulders open. You have as much to learn in the in-between time as your shapes. Bending one knee and then the other. And from here, we're just going to gently lower down onto our back this time. Soles of your feet are planted down. Draw them in as close to your glutes as you can. Hands will be down by your sides. We'll finish with just a few rounds of bridge pose or like a pelvic tilt. Your hands down by your side for support. Inhale that lift up of your hips. We'll squeeze at the top. Feel the opening coming through the front line of your body. Exhale to set down. Let's try that a few more times. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, drop it down. Yeah, one more time, just like that. Lift high. Exhale, set it down. Just chill your knees from side to side. Little twist through your spine as you finish up your practice. As your knees come back through center, just give yourself a little squeeze before Shavasana. In Shavasana, extend your legs out long. They reach for the corners of your mat. Arms will fall down by your sides. Take those last little wiggles, those movements to settle into your mat. You also want to feel like your mat's this cocoon. You can give everything away. Feel the back of your heels, your hips, your hands, your shoulders, and the back of your head. Resting down in towards your mat. You can stay right here as long as you'd like in Shavasana and rest. So you're ready to bring physical movement back into your body. Take a deep breath in and out. And then wiggle with your fingers and your toes. Even rock your heels from side to side. Take a huge, long body stretch. And then squeeze your knees in towards your chest as you roll one way or the other. Just gently push up to seated. As you push up to seated, eyes still closed. Allow your hands to hang heavy in your lap, or maybe come to heart center. Whatever's going to work for you. Take these last few moments. Feel a sense of gratitude, fulfillment. And we really don't always have to be rushing 100 miles an hour. There's still so much to be had, so much to be learned in the slowing down, the quiet, the stillness. Even that can be a place of uncomfortableness, but we soften, eventually let go. If you haven't already, draw your hands to heart center. We'll close out our practice. One more breath in. As we exhale. Until next time, namaste.